Hey Ravens, welcome to this week's edition of ONW Now. I'm Rosie Boswell alongside Ethan Goss.
Coming up on this week's show, we will feature our annual blood drive.
A look into Brooke Illum's journey to a state championship.
And we'll take it to the field for a recap on our band's success.
We've got a great show ahead, so let's get right into it.
ONW is well known for having the largest annual blood drive in Olathe. Let's take it to Shelby Orton for an inside peek.
Every year, at the end of Week of Giving, Student Council puts together a blood drive to encourage students to start giving.
I've never donated before, but I've worked the blood drive for the past year, and now that I'm old enough to donate, I'm really excited to.
I've donated blood only once, but I've tried every single time, but I've mostly been turned away due to iron or just other issues with donating.
While every blood drive is important, Student Council wants everyone to know why this year is even more important.
We are in the middle of a nationwide blood crisis, really. There's a drought. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily think there could be such a thing, but literally blood banks across the United States are running dry. So we're not always even able to, like maybe in the past, if we were low on blood in Kansas City, we might be able to reach out to St. Louis or Chicago. And we're just unfortunately not in a situation right now where we can do that. And so I think Community Blood Center and organizations like it all across the United States are reaching out to try and help educate and raise awareness on why it's important. So hopefully we can get those blood supplies back up.
With a little over a week until the blood drive day, there is still plenty of time to sign up.
The blood drive is November 15th, which is the last day of our Week of Giving here at ONW, and you can sign up this Friday and the entire week of Giving during Raven 50 at the Student Council table.
Donate blood.
Donate blood!
Donate blood! Donate blood!
Be sure to look out for the blood drive sign-up so you can donate. In addition to our blood drive, our band also has a long legacy of success here at ONW. Let's take it to Pauli for the story.
It means a lot to me. I'm definitely going to do it in college. Band just in general is a family.
For most students in the Olathe Northwest Marching Band, including trombonist Blake Gamber, it's more than just a title or another group to be a part of. It is who they are.
And I know for a fact that when I leave, I'll definitely be in touch with all these people. And when it's over, I'll come back and I'll still support the band even in college and stuff like that. It means a lot. And that, like, every competition, every practice, all that, it has meaning to it.
This great bond is one that is built over a lot of time, through successes and hardships.
This season, we were consistent. We placed second every competition, which is nothing to be ashamed of. It's still really good because we competed against some really good bands this year. Especially with our last competition, we went from 6th place in prelims to 2nd place in finals. That was a big accomplishment. There was a lot of bands, a lot of good competition there.
Because first place seemed just out of reach this season, section leader Dylan Growney has a take on what he'd like to see next year.
A good show. I love our show this year, but I would love to see a show that all works together, because this show had a good first and second and third movement, and the fourth movement felt like a different genre. So it'd be a lot more fun to get everything connected and win a competition. I mean, second's nice, especially whenever we're getting really close to a lot of other bands that are up there and are really good, but to get that first to really take us into the next level, and I think we could take a more difficult, more fast-paced show as well. So that's my hopes.
No matter what, the band is pleased with the completed season, one full of music and marching.
Overall, I think we had a great show. I think we did the best that we could. I'm proud of what we did this season.
For ONW Now, this has been Pauli.
Let's throw it over to Holly and Alex for a recap on sports.
Thank you, Ethan. What is up, Ravens? Welcome to this week's edition of Game Day Northwest. I'm Pauli.
And I'm Holly McCormick. We're here to bring you updates from the past week of your favorite ONW sports team.
Ravens cross-country team laced up their spikes one last time as they competed at state Saturday at Rimrock Farm in Lawrence. On the girls' side, ONW had two individuals competing, Malia Wardlaw and Lydia McLaughlin. McLaughlin placed 17th in a very competitive field. For the boys, Logan Reed trampled the competition as he finished state runner-up. His 15:58 5K set a new school record. Congrats to Logan and to everyone who competed.
On Thursday, the boys' soccer team faced the Owls in their regional final. The boys fought hard and played well against a strong Olathe West team. A great goal from Mason Badowski looked promising for a Raven comeback, but it was too late as the Ravens lost 3-1. Badowski's excellent bottom right finish came after a great cross from Davis Gerton. Thank you, seniors, and congratulations, boys, on a solid season.
Last Friday, the football boys hit the field for the first round of playoffs against the Eagles of Olathe North over at ODAC. First quarter, Ravens were down 20-0, but Trevor Bolden revs up his engine and rumbles down the field for a 40-yard touchdown run. The Ravens get a little closer. Later in the game, Caleb White and Eli Becker both came in clutch down the stretch, scoring 2 more touchdowns for the Ravens. But sadly, it wasn't enough as the Ravens dropped the game to Olathe North, ending their season. Thanks to Coach Hafner and all the boys for all their hard work this year.
The gymnastics team finished up their season last week, and senior Brooke Illum shined as bright as the gold medal she took home. Our own Rosie Boswell sat down with the state champ this past week and has the story.
State's different than every other meet because you have to actually qualify for state, and so just feeling that you know you got there, it's just cool.
Brooke's journey to state took a lot of dedication and hard work, but she eventually made it to finish in first place.
It was my last meet ever, and so it was really bittersweet. I was really excited to be there and excited to be competing and excited to do well, but then again, I'm never going to compete gymnastics again.
Brooke's favorite part of gymnastics is all of the teamwork that's involved.
And for high school, it's all about the team and wanting to do well to benefit your team. And so it's taught me how to be a better team player.
Brooke likes how supportive and genuine her teammates are.
We're not doing it to go to college, or we're not doing it to win nationals or anything. We're just doing it because we love the sport.
Brooke's teammates' reaction to her big win made it all that much more special.
They were all so happy. After I won, I got so many hugs and so many pictures taken, and it was really cool.
For ONW Now, this has been Rosie Boswell.
Game day. Next week, we'll take a look back at fall season. Now back to the desk.
Next, we have this week's Be Legendary segment, where Katie Parks goes to Top Speed Strength and Agility to learn about the Vets and Pets 5K.
Hey Ravens, this is Katie Parks. This week I sat down with trainer Joseph Potts to learn more about the Vets and Pets 5K that he helped create.
So it was actually Danny Duffy and I were sitting around kind of just tossing ideas for charitable work back and forth. And we originally found a charity that pairs veterans up with animals to not quite service animals, but a companion, because the numbers say that around 22 vets per day commit suicide. It just seemed like a natural pairing. Like if we could do something to benefit both groups, why not?
Joseph and Danny knew they could help make a difference, so they started the Vets and Pets Charity 5K at Shawnee Mission Park.
It's a charity 5K designed to benefit Wounded Warrior Project and local animal shelters like Wayside Waves and Casey Pet Project.
Both causes are very near to his heart because both Coach Potts' father and brother served in the Army, and he knows how hard life can be after service.
I've been fortunate in that neither my dad or my brother came back from combat with any type of significant injury or trauma. And unfortunately, the medical care that vets get isn't quite adequate in a lot of cases. So Wounded Warrior Project was kind of near and dear because it helps supplement that for those guys that come back and they've lost limbs, but they need their homes tailored to fit the way their lifestyle is going to be from there on out.
This event is very new still, but they are growing in numbers every year.
We've been seeing around 125 participants each year, and there's usually around 200 people or so that come to the event.
Vets and Pets 5K charity event will be at 10 a.m. November 15th at Shawnee Mission Park.
We'd love to see everyone come out and support a great cause.
Well, that's all we have for today, Ravens. Make sure to check out our YouTube on Twitter at ONW Raven Daily.
For Landon, Daniel, and the rest of the Convergence team, this has been Rosie Boswell alongside Ethan Goss.
We'll see you next week, Ravens.